All right, guys, we have a lot going on right now.
Like more than we know what to do with.
Yeah. For one, I'm literally...
About to explode with a baby.
I'm about to pop. For real.
It's down here, but you can't see it.
Just the no sleeping, the end of my pregnancy, I really want to have the baby. Like, I'm so tired. I know I'm gonna be tired when the baby comes too, but yeah, the heartburn, all of that. So that's a lot. And we're expecting a new baby any day. We have 3 other kids, so we're gonna have 4 kids, which is gonna be an adjustment. And
we've been looking for houses.
Yeah, we're looking for houses.
Which can be never ending. If
Which
you've
is
ever
exhausting.
looked for a house, you know the pain. And you didn't tell us.
It's really, really excited. And I feel like we have like narrowed it down to some stuff, but we really want to be sure the house that we buy, because we would love to buy a house that we can make work for our family and it kind of be like a forever home and not have to move several more times. We just really want to get a house that we know we can make it exactly what we want. So.
Isn't that what everybody does?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I really don't want to move, okay? Like, I love the house. I want a bigger house. Like, I love the house we're in now. I want a bigger house, but I don't want to pack everything up and move it. We have so much stuff.
We really don't, though.
Okay, it feels like a lot.
Plus,
it feels like a lot packing.
If we go to a bigger house, it's easy to move a smaller house to a bigger house. It's really hard to go from a bigger house and move to a smaller house because there's nowhere to put anything, so you end up just throwing it away.
That's true. Well, that and the fact that like one of the houses that we have narrowed down to means that we might potentially be moving soon-ish, which means that we're basically gonna have a newborn. So
and
we're gonna
moving.
be adjusting to life with a newborn, 4 kids, and yeah, packing and moving.
And everything's so expensive right now, so to get like the house we want, kind of, we're probably gonna have to do some renovation stuff. So we're gonna have newborn, moving, and fixing it up.
Okay, at first when I was thinking...
But it's gonna be good. We're gonna make it work. We're just gonna be really tired, probably.
Yeah, that.
Actually, we will be really tired.
That for sure.
Not even
well, and that's the thing, like at first I was like, it's just so overwhelming, like to do renovations on top of moving, on top of all of this. But then I started thinking about it and I was like,
we can make it how we like it.
Yeah, it'll be nice because we can pick everything ourselves. You know, like
I'm
our
excited
own flooring, our own paint colors.
Yeah. Plus, you know all the nitty gritty of the house. You know where everything went because you did it. You know the paint color. You know what type of paint, not like the cheapest paint ever. That like you look at it and it peels off.
Yeah.
But paint that actually sticks to the wall. We've done that before. Where you paint something and it's like...
Yeah, and you like walk by it, like you brush by it.
You put little Scotch tape on it and it's like a scrape mark. I'm like, come on!
It's
Anyways,
true.
That kind of stuff.
All right. Enough about...
nonsense.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
guys.
That's kind of what's been going on.
The other thing I thought that we would do, which I haven't done, and we said forever ago that we were gonna do, and we haven't really done it.
Oh yeah, the questions.
Last time we did a question and answer, he said, no one ever asked me questions. They always only ask you questions. And so he told you guys to ask him questions. So this is what you get for asking people to ask questions.
Because I like good questions because they're hard.
So from our last Q&A on our YouTube, these are the questions that you guys wanted John to answer. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are they ready? Are you ready? Huh? Can you handle the answers? I don't know if I can handle the questions.
Here we go. Your first question. I would love to know more about John's job and how y'all stay on budget with being a stay-at-home mom with 4 kids.
Well, you know, we don't know.
Okay, first
we have
of all,
no idea what we're doing.
We're always talking about budgeting. We're
not good at it.
We're terrible at budgeting.
We're not good at it. Well, we're pretty good at it. We don't have, right now,
we nickel and dime ourselves to death.
Right now, we have 0 debt. So it does make it easier because if there's no money, there's just no money. Like you just, what are you gonna do? Like,
I know it's getting bad.
Let's go buy something with
don't
no
go
money.
to McDonald's anymore.
Yeah, like no more coffees this week. I haven't said that in a while. It's been good.
Yeah, so
we've been doing
working.
good. Webster Air Conditioning and Heating is doing well. That's what she said?
Yeah, what do you do for a job?
John's job, yeah.
Yeah, he works, his family
I mostly
owns...
sit on the couch.
No, his family owns like an AC company, heating and air company, that your
I'm supposed to answer.
Yeah, but you didn't see the most important part. I think it's super cool.
We've been in
because
business for like almost 60 years. My granddad started it back in 1962.
See, that's the coolest part about the fact that he works. It's not just a family like owned business and stuff. It's like his grandfather literally started this business, and now what are you, like the third generation working?
Yeah, we're officially third generation.
I mean, that's super cool. I think that's super cool.
It's really cool. I'm so excited that it is.
Yeah,
but
I'm proud. I'm proud of him for that. So adorable. John, you adore your girls.
Yeah, that's true. Mostly this one.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 5 siblings. There's 4 boys, counting me, 2 girls. So it's, my parents had 3 boys, then my older sister, then me, then a younger sister.
He was well prepared for
That's
girls
how it turned
because
out so
of
well.
this. Like his sisters, he said growing up, he was always that one where he's in the middle of 2 girls. So they were always like, oh, John, watch this princess movie with us. Do this with us. So he always was surrounded by females.
Did a lot of bridal shows. Like, let's walk the aisle, let's get married, let's have a wedding, pretend wedding.
That's so true. Your sisters used to always do that. They dressed him up.
It was fun at the
they had
time,
home
but thinking
videos,
back, I'm like
dressing up and doing, so funny, so funny. Were you homeschooled?
Yes, I definitely was.
Yeah.
My mom did it all.
His mom is great.
I don't know how, but she did.
She
So
did.
anything bad you see is all the things I didn't listen to.
He has great parents. I love his parents.
They really are great.
What's your favorite part about being a dad of 3 beautiful girls?
Oh, the best part. When you leave and come back, it's still my favorite part because you walk in the door and they rush to see
spoiled.
you. I can't even like sneak in. Like I'll open the door, one of them will be walking around. Our house isn't very big, so it's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, so they know when he comes home.
They come walking around the corner and they're like, oh, Daddy's home! And they all run and give me a hug and tackle or whatever.
I love the relationship that they have with him. It's really special. And because obviously I'm home with them all day, they spend time with me all the time. So like when he gets home, it's like a huge highlight. And it's like, oh, Daddy's here, we're gonna play, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna do this or that. So yeah, it's nice, it's cute.
It is nice.
John, how did you know that Alyssa was the one?
If you know, you know.
Good question. Actually, that's funny because he asked his dad after you met me.
Yeah, I asked my dad, I was like, Dad, how do you know if it's the one? He's like, you just know. And I was like, I don't understand.
Him and his dad are so much alike, actually. They have a lot of similar
He told me a lot more
personalities.
than that. But what it came down to was I had been praying for Alyssa for a long time before I met her, if that makes any sense. Like, so
Like
I would
qualities?
I would set reminders on my phone for every hour, and I would pray a certain character quality on that hour for my wife, but I didn't know who it was yet. I had not met her yet. And
That's
I met
really
her
nice.
probably 6 months later.
We actually met at a mutual friend's wedding, which I don't really remember much of. And at the time,
You didn't even remember me.
I also at the
How
time
can you
was
not
17.
remember me? I was only stuttering all
I was
over myself.
17. I don't really remember meeting him. And then his family and my family like met, but it was odd because I was the only one that wasn't present. Like, so the families kind of knew each other and became friends. And then when I turned like 18, he took a trip to visit him and his sister. And then, yeah,
The
I
rest
found
is
out he liked
history.
me. And then, yeah, we started talking.
You didn't like me at first. You were like,
I
I,
didn't.
don't really
I'm
like
sorry.
you very much. And I was
See,
like,
that's a regret of mine.
and I was like, challenge accepted. You will one day. And we're gonna get
He
married
really did.
And have 4 girls. You just don't know it yet.
He really did take on like, yeah, because I was pretty mean. I really was.
You were not.
I was, because even after we had dated for a few months, I was kind of like, I feel like you would marry me right now, and like, I wouldn't
Yeah,
marry
she gave
you.
me the no. I was like, I haven't even asked you anything
And it was
yet.
so rude. And I'm like, looking back, I'm like, wow, what an idiot. But anyway, yeah. You're really dumb. You live and you learn. I was
won.
young and dumb. Yeah, he
won.
did. He worked very hard and he like proved his love to me.
Listen,
and
you
his
don't
dedication.
get the greatest girl in the world easily. It doesn't happen.
John, if you're from a large family, what type of work do you do? And do you live in a different state from the Bates family?
Oh yeah. Well,
I feel like a lot of, yeah. You already know where he works, and
I mean,
yes,
there's six of us,
we
so-
live in Florida. But his family, so one of your sisters lives in Chicago. Oh, no, sorry. Not Chicago.
Virginia.
She lives in Texas. One lives in Texas, one lives in Virginia. She used to live in Chicago.
Yeah, and all my brothers live here.
Yeah.
In
All his
Florida.
brothers live really
pretty
close.
by.
And his parents live like down the street.
Yeah.
Would John be willing to talk about the training or certificates needed to do his job?
The only training you have to have, well, I guess certificate you have to have, is a refrigerant license. Obviously, I mean, if you own the business, then you have to have like your business licensing. You have to have a contractor's license with the business. But the only thing you have to have, like to be a service tech, is a refrigerant license. You can get other certifications and stuff, but a lot of it is on-the-job training. And if you want to do AC work, there's a lot of big companies that if you commit to them for a while, they'll actually pay for your school.
That's
Just
pretty
saying. So don't go to school for trade. Go to a company. A lot of them will pay for the school.
Okay, someone says, John, what food do you absolutely not like? I find this actually really funny because John is literally the least picky person that I've ever met. Like, he eats stuff and I'll be like, what did you think about that? I really didn't like it. And I'm like, then why did you eat it? And he's like, because that's what you made, or
True.
because that was in front of me, so I ate it. But like,
That's
he
the way
will
it
eat
was.
anything.
Growing up, Mom would make dinner, and like that was like, I mean, we weren't rich people. I mean, if that was dinner, that was dinner. We weren't having snacks afterwards. It's
I'm talking,
Mom
he
said,
eats
"Eat dinner."
anything. Like the kids, what they don't eat on their plate, he will eat off of their plate.
Yeah, that's the way your dad is too. I don't.
That's true.
I don't
My
know if
dad
there's
is a lot
something
like that.
I just probably sushi. I don't really like raw stuff, as far as like.
Oh, that's actually true. I don't like sushi either, so.
But I also haven't tried it. Mainly because I don't like raw stuff. Like I don't want to eat anything that might make me sick. Because I got food poisoning one time, and that was not fun. So I
That's
rather
true.
just.
That was a rough.
I'll eat whatever as long as it's not gonna make me sick.
Okay, someone said, what is one of the hardest things about being a dad, and what is one of the most rewarding things? So the hardest thing about being a dad. I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say, because they're pretty.
Yeah, well that comes later. Like
He always said, like, before we had kids, he was like, I hope
the
my kids
hardest
are ugly.
thing that's
so that
going to be like to tell some guy that yes, you can marry my daughter, and I'm like, nobody's good enough.
the current, though, I guess like the current
Yeah.
hardest thing.
The current hardest thing is probably the realization that these kids are relying on me for everything. They're relying on me to support them and help them and teach them, and whatever I teach them, that's what they're gonna learn. So it's a very great responsibility. So that kind of makes me nervous because I'm like, what if I'm not doing a good job? Like,
He's doing a
I
great
don't
job.
know. So I try my best. So I hope they appreciate it one day, maybe, and remember me. Don't forget me, Carols.
And the most rewarding thing is
Oh, being their dad is definitely the most rewarding. They're such fun
We
to
love
be
you.
around. That's nice, because if you didn't, I'd still be here. I guess. I don't have anywhere else to go.
someone asked, John, how did you feel you handled the situation while she was in and out of the hospital? So for some of you who don't know, like we did some videos on this.
Oh yeah, true.
I had a heart condition, like a form of arrhythmia, and I had to have 2 different surgeries in 2019, like at the beginning and end of 2019. So that's what this question is referring to.
I'm pretty good at like hiding how I'm feeling in the current moment. So on the outside, it looked like, oh, he's calm and cool. What's the deal? How does he do that? But inside, I was like a wreck. literally a wreck.
That was a really hard time in our lives, honestly. Like for both of us, for like our family, it was just a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful that is behind us. Do you think the girls will get your height gene?
Oh,
that's a definite yes.
Maybe. Allie's
pretty very tall for her age.
She's growing pretty quick, so I don't know. Maybe.
It's interesting because the girls are kind of petite, but they're really tall.
They got long legs.
Yeah, it's like kind of funny because like their shoulders and stuff, they like have really petite features.
Even worse, because now they're gonna be like models and have like long legs or whatever.
He's always thinking about the future of when these guys come around. He can't handle it.
No.
What do you give advice for a first-time father, and do you have any marriage advice?
It's hard to just like, got some advice for me? Like,
yeah. I feel like it's hard to just give one advice.
Father is do all you can to help. Like when you're not working, if you're home, if you have an off day, like really take the time to just be the one, like change the diapers, all that kind of stuff, just to give someone a break.
Do you plan on doing sports with the girls?
Oh, maybe if
we
they
actually
want to.
get asked that a lot.
Yeah.
Because he plays
depends what they
softball
wanna
so
do.
much, everyone always asks him that. Are the girls gonna play softball?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We've talked about putting Allie.
Play on the yard and stuff, throw the ball or whatever.
Allie wants to do like ballet or something like that. But Lexi would definitely be like the sport child that wants to play like an active like sport. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I kind of want to wait and let them decide when they're like a little bit older. If you had an off day, what would you do? I guess you're like ideal.
An ideal off day would be like on a cruise ship with just Alyssa. I mean, what an off day. That would be amazing.
So if we're not here next week, you know where we're at.
Reality, an off day, because we work a lot. I mean, we work all day, then we do filming, then we do...
Yeah, like I stay at home, so I'm homeschooling like the kids and like at home with them, and then he works, and then we do this on the weekend.
Saturdays are usually lay around, honestly. That's an off day for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually we do projects on Saturday.
Off day, then yeah, we lay around. But a lot of times we're doing projects. Or
the house is always the messiest on the weekend. Always.
It's not because I'm home on the weekends.
Like I'm not kidding. The house looks like a dump on the weekend. Last question. Are you close to your siblings and their families?
Yes, very much so. Like it's simple as that. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
Yes, always thanks for watching. We love you guys. Thanks
All right.
for keeping us interesting.
See you next week. And next week will be the premiere of the new child.
You say that every week.
I hope.
You say that every day.
No, for real.
Every day she's like,
for
maybe
real.
today.
For real. Next week, I'm gonna have the I'm gonna have to have the baby by next week because then that literally is my due date. Like past my due date. So next week, don't miss it. I will be coming at you with a child.
Maybe.
Not, yeah. All right, goodbye.
See ya.